Welcome to Linda's Real Deal Talk Show. 'Tis the season to be jolly. It's like a few days before Christmas. How many days? 4 days before Christmas? And so I'm hoping that you have a happy holiday, an enjoyable holiday. And I have something special for you today. I have a special guest. The topic today is the magic of laughter. And this is the season where we are full of laughter and joy. And I would like to add a little bit more laughter and humor into your living room or into your home today. The name of our guest is Bonita Joy, and she's going to be talking about her life and how she got started and what she's doing. I don't want to give away the surprise, but I want you to give a big, warm welcome for Bonita Joy. Hello, Bonita.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. It was fun to run into you a week or so ago, and
yes, we did. So we're both into real estate, and we met at a real estate speed networking group.
And I had a little special guest with me there, and then that prompted her to invite me to come, and you'll meet one of my guests later.
You'll get to meet their guests. So we're definitely going to be talking about joy. I want to start off and let you get to know Bonita a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your family background and history. What would you like to share?
I was the youngest of 5, and I was a preacher's kid. I grew up in the Midwest, small town Kansas, about 20 miles from Wichita. And there were 3 Mennonite churches and 1 Methodist church. But I was the PK. Children were to be seen and not heard, especially girls. So it was that, it was, that kind of family. And it's interesting because I found out last year that both sets of my grandparents grew up Amish.
Oh, okay.
I knew that it was Amish the background, but I thought it was several generations back. And I was surprised to learn that both sets of grandparents, I never met any of them because they all died before I was born. I was the youngest of the grandchildren. But they all left around age 20, the Amish church, to Mennonite. It's kind of a surprise when you find out something like that's that close to you generationally at this age of my life.
Yeah, family background history is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Any children are married or?
Well, I tell you. Yeah, she has puppets. I don't have children in the traditional sense, but I have a lot of mouths. Yeah, well, you can get kind of mouthy. This is Ruby, by the way. Hi, Ruby, this is Linda.
Oh, hi, Ruby.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Sometimes
you.
she forgets to introduce me.
Oh.
Yeah. I got my Christmas dress on. Yeah, you do.
So exactly, that's what I was talking about. Adding a little humor and joy into your life. So tell us, how did you get started with
it's a really common question. People are so curious.
Yes.
How does somebody become a ventriloquist?
Ventriloquist, yes.
When I was about 5 years old, about my age, I went to a family reunion on my mother's side, and we had a talent show. And I had an older cousin named Clinton Detweiler who walked up front with this wooden doll named Woody. Yeah, wooden doll named Woody. Puts his doll on his lap. They start talking, and everybody's laughing. I'm like, what's that? Is Woody real? He seemed real, but somehow I thought he wasn't. And that was so intriguing to me. That imprint stayed with me for years. When I was 16, I checked out a book by Paul Winchell from the library and spent hours in front of the mirror. And the rest is history. History, yeah. So other kids would be out playing softball or whatever, and I'm in front of the mirror practicing. So I did shows, magic and ventriloquism, actually. I joined the Wizards of Wichita, and I did half-hour shows.
Nice.
I went to law school and did shows while I was a student, had a couple of agents in Kansas City.
Very nice. Law school.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
you did both. So why, what interests you about law? How'd you get into
You know, my brother went to law school. He was 4.5 years older, and I wanted to do everything. I had so many interests, and I couldn't decide. I didn't intend to practice law when I went to law school, but he said, if you go to law school, you can do anything. It's a good background for anything. And then you can decide later. I thought, what? That sounded good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she became a liar. Not a liar, Ruby, a lawyer. What's the difference? Oh, Ruby. You know. Yeah, well. And I practiced law for many years. I had a solo practice in Lawrence, Kansas. And I still have my license, but I'm focusing on now the love of my youth, which is ventriloquism and speaking. And I love emceeing, love to emcee. And I like to co-emcee. Yeah, I have a number of different puppets. Some are animals, some are adults, some are kids like me. And the beauty of puppets is they get by with saying anything. Oh, yeah. And the funny thing is, nobody gets mad at the puppet, right? And so they love the co-emcee, and we like to ad-lib and relate to whatever is going on in the room and the situation.
So what is your favorite audience?
My favorite audience, believe it or not, is actually adults more than kids. People think kids with puppets, but there's little kids in big bodies. And, you know, if you think about like Jeff Dunham, his audiences are mostly adult. And I love and professional women too, but I also, you know, any kind of association or conference, trade association conference, or be a speaker, an edutainer. Edutainer, yeah, that's where you can also have a message. Remember, sometimes we talk about the hecklers in your head. Oh, yeah. Halt the hecklers in your head. So I like to have a message sometimes when I'm speaking, and that's the edu part. The edu part. I gotta go. All right. Bye for now.
Oh, bye-bye.
So,
what do we have next?
Oh, you think you've got somebody else coming, huh?
Oh, look, who we have? Who do we have here?
Sammy.
Oh, hi, Sammy. Nice to meet you, Sammy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. I'm gonna run for president. Of what?
You are?
Of the United States. But Sammy, you can't do that. Why not? You're just a puppet. And your point is? Sammy, I think most people would think you're not qualified. Well, I have orange hair. Oh. Okay.
Okay, Sammy. I like your orange hair. Maybe that'll help get lots of votes, huh? Oh, wonderful.
So that's us. And here's the thing. During the pandemic, I realized that a puppet head and my head fit into the video box really well, you know, the Zoom box or whatever. And started speaking virtually and doing some emceeing virtually. That means online. Yes. And it was a way of spreading joy. I mean, people were worried about infectious things, right? Well, I'm like, okay, let's spread infection. Let's spread contagion of joy. Be super spreaders of joy, especially in serious times when, like even now, we've got wars, we have climate change, we have poverty, we have unhoused, we have political unrest.
Yeah. So
And-
we need a little joy, little laughter.
It's her middle name. Yes, Joy's my middle name. And I feel like it's like a purpose in life.
Yes. What do you think, Sammy?
I'm just looking at you. You're all dressed up. I'm underdressed.
Oh, no
Well.
worries. You look great, Sammy.
Oh, thank you. It's my orange hair.
Oh. So yes, Bonita, I would like you to tell the audience if you're interested in looking for some entertainment for your party, your event, your program.
Edutainment too.
Yeah, you can call Bonita so you can have Sammy and Ruby.
Right. I have a traditional ventriloquial figure, knick-knack, made out of the traditional kind. And I also have a number of what we call soft puppets, which Sammy's a soft puppet. Okay. And, if you've got an event where you want to roast somebody, a puppet could be good for that. I also make personalized ventriloquism videos for somebody's like birthday or Christmas or holiday for the person who's hard to dice for and who has everything. Yeah, and that's the thing, a ventriloquism video is eco-friendly. It doesn't end up in the landfill. Don't have to dust it. So do that, and also we appear sometimes at virtual events, online, and it's just it's a way to engage the audience. And there's talking heads on Zoom or another platform can get a little routine. And so I'm not your usual talking head. That's right. Thing is, humor does engage people, keeps their attention more when you're speaking. There's research shows that they retain the message more. And there's also bonus to it because there's research showing that when you laugh, it lowers your cholesterol.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's laugh away.
And laughter is the best medicine, That's
Yes, I
what they
know.
say. Laughter is the best medicine.
Yes.
If you could have laughter to help your immune system. I mean, there's so many benefits, and there's ways that it establishes rapport with people. And
Yes.
yeah.
So I want to laugh. So how can the audience contact you?
I have a YouTube channel, Bonita Joy. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. And, I'm on Instagram too.
Okay.
TikTok.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you're busy. And sometimes I'm on too. Yes. Sometimes Sammy's on. Sometimes some of my other characters are on. And my email is bonitajoyspeaker@gmail.com.
Okay. Very good.
And I also have a complimentary gift to give away. If your viewers are interested in having more fun or seeing things funnier, it's not always being funny, but sometimes it's how you see things, and it affects your inner being, your vibration. And if you feel good, if you see things funny, it's hard to be in fear, anger, worry when you're, smiling, inside or outside, right? And if you feel good, you can make better choices. And there's so many funny things in life. Art Linkletter used to say that kids say the darndest things.
Yeah, I
If you remember him. So if you have kids, grandkids, I mean, there's humor all over. And if you choose to see things with the silver lining or the funny, then that helps your experience and you feel better. So for me, 2024 I'm actually declaring it the year of joy. And I do believe that humor is a gateway to joy.
Yay. Yes,
So
it
that's
is.
one way.
So what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, in 5 years. Well, next year, we'll just start there. I'd like to have a book that I'm working on, Tickle Their Funny Bone, using humor to leverage your business, because that's one thing I talk about. And in 5 years, I and some of my puppets will be more visible than we are now. Yeah, we will be more known and have it, and also for our messaging as a super spreader of joy, and connect with people around and help people remember to experience their moments of joy, in their work, at their daily life, and their relationships. Well, that's pretty good, Sammy. Regardless of what's going on around them, regardless of the chaos or external circumstances, to choose joy. That's good, Sammy. That's an impact I would like to be remembered. Linda, I know a fellow who was Santa on a Harley.
Really?
Yeah, he dressed up as Santa Claus and he loved motorcycles. And he was Santa on a Harley. He passed away in December 23. I just had a memorial service. And he was known for his good heart. Santa doesn't have to be a commercial thing. So my father used to preach against Christmas being so commercialized, people forgetting. But Santa could be symbolic of generosity or giving, a generosity of spirit. And I was thinking about how he left this legacy of people and bringing smiles to people, right? So if there's anything that you and I can do, help out me and you, Sammy, to help bring smiles to people, that has a ripple effect, because you smile and I smile, somebody else smiles, person behind the camera smiles. Oh! And it's like, the butterfly, it flaps its wings, and then it has an effect somewhere else. So I want to be remembered as a person who helped spread joy. And that's yeah.
Thank you very much. So if somebody else is thinking about doing what you're doing, what advice would you give them? What words of encouragement would you give them?
Oh, there's so many resources now to learn ventriloquism. I mean, when I was learning, it was written material. But now there's videos, there's videos where you can see and practice. And there's so many inspirations, like Darcy Lynn, who won America's Got Talent. A lot of a lot of girls started learning ventriloquism. When I went to the ventriloquist convention, when I was young, I don't know when I went, 20 or something, there weren't girls. I mean, it was a very male-dominated thing. And a couple of years ago, there were all these teenage and preteen girls running around. Like Darcy Lynn was there and running around. Now there's more. You asked about learning, but I'm also speaking to the idea of girls and women, that there's more increase in that, whereas we didn't have many role models when I was a kid. There was Sherry Lewis, but now we have Celia Nunes, who was some of the top of America's Got Talent, and we had, America's Got Talent has done a lot to bring ventriloquism to the forefront. It's really needed popular. That's right. So Google and find YouTube videos, and you can learn anything on Google.
Yes.
Just about.
Just about, yes.
Still gotta practice.
Yes, and that's what Linda's Real Deal Talk Show is all about. It's about following your dreams, never giving up, because anything is possible. So we want you to be full of laughter as we close out 2023 and make 2024 an even better year by following your dreams. So I want you to stay tuned for the next episode. And in the meantime, keep it real.
The real deal.
Yes.